Reality Team TV, we back. Welcome back onto the Red Chair, Ahmed Kayuki TV. How you doing, sir?
I feel good, man. Thank you for having me back again, once again. Hope everybody have a happy new year. Wishing everybody nothing but health and happiness. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah, let's get straight down to it, man. Racism in football. How are you feeling about, the racism in football at the moment? I know, obviously, before we had a few conversations before, and, during our conversations, we mentioned the racism in football. We touched on that topic a little bit in, our past conversations. But moving forward, obviously, in Italy, the Inter Milan goalkeeper, what's his name?
Minion.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the black goalkeeper got, racially abused again. What are your thoughts?
It's heartbreaking, man. The fact that it's in 2024 still going through this. I mean, what football is meant to do is meant to bring everybody together, for all of us to unite regardless of the background. But for somebody to get racially abused on your job, yeah, it's really, really heartbreaking. Like I said, the fact that this still happening in 2024, it just shows that the human race, we still haven't fully evolved yet. And like I said, it's heartbreaking. I wish they could implement better rules to the game, and just make everybody safer. Like I said, it's a problem in Spain and it's a problem in Italy. It's also a problem in England, but in England it's a bit more subtle, where in those countries just a bit more blatant.
Yeah.
So I just hope the FIFA governing body can do something to tackle this problem, because to me it's a disease. I don't get it. Okay, so you support one team, your team's got black players in it, but then you're racially abusing the black players that are playing for the other team. How does that make sense? How do you feel about the black players that play for your team? If that so-called black player in your team turns around and scores, are you gonna celebrate or are you gonna chant to him? No, I'm not gonna celebrate because you're an M, you're this and that. To me, the whole thing is just you're contradicting yourself. It's almost that thing where some European people, unfortunately, they're still in their mind, they still think they're still more superior to black people. They think to way more inferior to them. That's all it comes to. And again, it's ignorant. It's an ignorant thing, but it's I don't want to say it's a minority problem, because let's say there's like 60,000 people in the stadium, and you got like 800. Even if there's 800 people in church, it's still a minority. But it's that, to me, there should be no place for racism in football, and I just wish the FIFA government, but they could do much better. Like, give the teams a harsher punishment. But they keep saying we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but they never ever do it. Teams never get kicked out of the competition. Teams get punished for violating the FIFA spending money rules. So how does a team like Everton get point deducted for violating money? But in a team like Udinese, they were abusing the black player, and then the only thing will happen, FIFA will say we'll write a statement, and the same thing over and over and over. Racism is not to be tolerated. There's no place for racism here. But it's the same old song. It's like when back in the day we record voicemails, you phone the phone rings, doesn't go through. The person you have called, it's the same thing with FIFA. They make it, when it happens, they come out, oh, we care. They make a little minor statement and they go back into whatever they do, but they never actually implement anything that we're going to actually change the game. Because to me, it breaks my heart when I see my brothers out there doing something that they love. Because remember, it's not easy making as a footballer. Imagine the trials and tribulation they must have gone through to make it from those countries. They're on the big screen. All they want to do is provide for the family, and they're getting abused from this ignorant bunch of people, when really and truly, the person you're actually calling a monkey, human being, was actually doing 100 times better than you. The only thing you probably got on him is you're more poorer than them. So I don't get. It's like me hating on the richer person. If I'm broke, I'm on my overdraft. A guy drives past with a Lamborghini, and then I'm pouring. I hit his car with a brick. I'm gonna get arrested. He's gonna get his Lambo taken care of because it's insured. You look at you like, what is this guy doing? But with racism, it's deeper, because you're trying to diminish us by the color of our skin. Basically, you're trying to tell us we're more superior than you simply because you was born white. And by the way, you're not in control of the race you was born in. Okay, your parents gave birth to you. You didn't wake up in the morning and say, you know what, mom and dad, I want to be white. Me and you didn't choose to be black. We didn't choose to be Ugandan. We were born in Uganda and we're black. Our kids right now, they're born in England, but to us, they're still black kids to us. So the way we're going to try raise them, hopefully, just tell them, never had racism in your heart. Because to me, racism helps nobody. Nothing gets progress. We still got so-called systemic racism, but that's a bit, it's hidden. When I talk about, I mean like in job time, where if you go in the city, London Bridge, like on the weekend, if you ever go there for a walk, when people finish work, you see thousands and thousands of English people just walking by the business. Every now and then you must put a black person. But when some people turn around and say, "Oh, England's getting overly crowded by immigrants," I'm telling you, in this life you need to go around the country and just experience how life is. But thank God we live in a time where I really do hope we could do something about it, man. That's what I hope.
2 days ago, obviously, Jurgen Klopp, he announced, he shocked the whole world, to be fair, the whole football world. He shocked everybody. He announced that, he is, at the end of the season, he's leaving Liverpool. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I was shocked. I was shocked because I personally thought the best thing to do in this position was he should have waited for the season to finish, sit his team down and say, you know what, guys, it's been a good run, but it's time for me to hang it up. I'm going to be moving on to better things. So when I came back from work and I saw breaking news, Klopp, I thought it was going to happen on that day. I thought, oh, he left the team in the middle of the season, but I didn't know he announced it, but was going to leave at the end of the season. So Liverpool have been on a good run, so we don't know whether that's going to test the characters. Only God knows moving forward. But to me personally, I got nothing but respect for him. Obviously, that's the Liverpool manager. As a Chelsea fan, I see him as my up. Him leave the league, God willing, I'll be happier. Hopefully give us a better chance to win more games. But simultaneously, I feel like if you're gonna make a decision like that, wait until the end of the season. That's my thought on anyway.
So you think, because even for me, like, I thought to myself, what a strange time to announce, like, I'm leaving. Why couldn't you just get on with the rest of the season? And after the end of this season, then announce. But obviously, during the conversation, he said for him to announce it now, at least he'll give the club, like, enough time to look for a new manager. Right. So that by the end of the season, when he leaves, they could have obviously somebody into place. But also this could, it could be a good and a bad thing, because now even the captain, Virgil van Dijk, he actually said, you know what, it could be like we could feel sorry for ourselves, or we can look at this and say, you know what, let's give it even let's try even harder, to give Jurgen Klopp like a fairy tale ender.
Okay.
To make sure that we win something for him.
Yeah.
So he can basically, go out with a bang. But a lot of people obviously are speaking about, obviously, for a few years, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, they've been two of the main managers, like really, really dominating. Obviously, you guys, Chelsea, Arsenal started to come around. But now, with Jurgen Klopp leaving now, who do you think is going to step up and, start challenging, obviously, Pep Guardiola?
That's an easy question. It should be Arteta. But is it going to be Arteta? Arsenal or always Arsenal? We don't know. But personally, in my opinion, Arteta should definitely step up. But then even today, before I left the house, I saw rumours how, remember, Xavi's under pressure in Barcelona. They lost yesterday, 5-3 at home to Villarreal. So apparently, Arteta might be going, Barca might be interested in Arteta. But to me personally, that's an easy question. If Klopp leaves the Prem, it has to be Pep, Arteta, and then I don't know about everybody else just falls in line. Because right now, I don't know, but we don't have really... The Prem's changed. Even now, when you look at the league, it's almost like we're in January now, and it's almost like Arsenal can still win it, Liverpool can still win it, City can still win it. And who else is up there, Charlie? Who's fourth? There's a surprise. Is it Aston Villa? Them surprising team?
Last season was Newcastle, like being one of those surprising
dark horses.
Yeah. But now, this season Aston Villa has been playing some incredible football, man.
So every year you get like a dark horse. There was a time with Spurs were like the so-called dark horse, but them men were always pretenders. Yeah. They were never gonna hit top 2. They'll win like top 2, top 3, top 4. So to me personally, it should be Pep, Arteta, maybe the Tottenham manager, but I don't know. At the moment, I can only see Arteta to be the man to come put pressure on him. Because Klopp was like, it was a good thing him being in there. They kept Man City, and level-headed. That's what I think,
Like football, obviously a lot of people are making a lot of money, especially, obviously the young stars, compared to when we used to play football back in the days. Everybody knows now, like, football money is a lot. A lot of these players are making a lot of football, yeah? Do you think moving forward, like, with all of this money in football, like, the money in football is going to fuck up, like, the football just in general even more? Because the reason why I asked you that, because, like, before we spoke about, these young kids coming through, right? getting given big contracts before even they've made, like they've broke into the first team.
Yeah.
So moving forward, like looking at all of these little kids coming through, the new generation, the generation that's gonna come through after these guys, like for me, I look at it like if this mentality continues on, just a lot of money, giving these kids a lot of money, I feel like football is going to get worse. Meaning we're going to have a bunch of footballers who put money first before football, you get me? Like people like Mbappe, like like in future moving forward, I really want to have more conversations on this guy, because look at Haaland, people like Haaland. Like for me, like all of us know, like first and foremost, you can be quality, you can be potentially like, like the best footballer in the world or whatever. But for me, like we said before, if you don't move on and test yourself like at big clubs to actually compete for the big titles, for me, you can be like Mbappe. But if you stay at PSG and just keep on making money and wasting all of that talent, me, I don't even consider you. I don't even think they should even put in part of like the voting for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to what I'm saying, like moving forward, imagine like if we produce like more people like Mbappe, where it's like like a lot of the decisions they make is literally simply like driven by money first, not football. I feel like that we are in danger of producing a lot of like these young footballers who do not love football first. Who like we are in danger, I think, of producing a lot of these youngsters who love money before football. And us lot growing up, it was football first.
Yeah, football
Hence
first.
why we've got so many beautiful. Obviously, people always say time changed, but even the football back in the days, like, the
come
football was
on.
just different.
Yeah,
You get me? So yeah, what do you think? Like moving forward, obviously I went round and round, which sometimes I'm very cautious of, to not do these days. But what are you in terms of like, this money being pumped into this football, more money, and every year more money in football in different ways, but we're raising, but these players, like the quality of these players, like for me, it's like before we used to have like 15, 20 players around the world in every league, but now every league you got like 2, you got 1, you got like you got to say like where are you with that? The money in football, and are we really running a risk of just raising a bunch of footballers who just want money, man, not football.
You're right, definitely. I think the product is kind of been diluted. It's no longer the same. If you look at the game, if you look at much like 5 years ago or 10 years ago compared to now, talent wise, it's not the same. You're right. So there's not a lot of talent. A lot of talent is not being produced as much as it was back in the days. Every now and then we get like a little wonder kid, like a Foden, a Musiala, a Bellingham. But you're right. Back in the days, you could name the whole starting Barcelona team. I'm talking about from defender, Dani Alves, Jordi Alba, Carlos Puyol. You knew them. Marcus, Carlos Marquez, because these guys that were talently gifted, and on top of that, they were hungry for the game. But I think what you're trying to say is these youngsters are getting money. It's almost like getting fame too quick. I think me and you were discussing before in the past before, where it's like you got kids in the PSG academy. They got more social media followers than the PSG first team players. Now from that age, they're getting big headed. So from the time he comes to the first team, he's thinking, I've already got the clout. All I need is the money. Once they get the money, I think what you're trying to say is too much money nowadays can make these players become complacent. That's what you're trying to say?
100%.
It's making them become complacent. When you got a player like Martial is out for 10 weeks. The whole Jordan Sanchez situation when Ten Hag didn't. But remember, they're still getting paid. Once you sign the contract, whether you play the ball 365 days in a year, you're still going to get paid for that. So it's too much money bad for football? It's a bit both. I mean, to me, they deserve every single penny they get. But you know why? I'm for the players to get paid all the max money because it's such a short career. That's the only thing. It's such a short career compared to life in general. Because now we're looking at people like somebody like Phil Neville on TV, Rooney being a manager. You're thinking, where did all this time go? Time flew, innit? Time flies when you're having a good time. Thank God. God's been grateful. A lot of us have experienced like a lot of ups in our life, not a lot of downs. Even though we lost a lot of family, we've lost some family members, but the majority of the life that we've experienced has been nothing but positivity. So before you're looking back, oh my God, Hazard. I just seen Hazard recently. He retired.
Yeah, he retired. Yeah.
It's almost seems like 10 years ago when they kicked the boy against the ball boy. The ball boy for Swansea. I saw him all friends yesterday. Now the boy is a millionaire.
Yes. He's part of the AU group with Charlie Slough.
I never even knew about that drink.
I was surprised. The AU, the AU vodka?
Yeah.
Charlie Slough. I watched quite a few things of Charlie Slough. And Charlie Sloth is really, really like that.
I didn't know.
I think
till-
that vodka's even
Yeah.
probably made more money for Charlie Sloth than the money that he's probably made in probably like DJing or whatever, because that AU vodka is big. But yeah, with what you're saying,
Yeah.
it's true, man. Me, I just feel like, again, me as a lover of the game, like, again, keep on watching it. I'm seeing it even more and more, where it's like there's more, like I said, there's more kids who basically just rather, who care about social media, who care about clout, and who care about, you know, the following, the image on social media rather than money. And obviously you see all of these kids on social media, these up and coming kids who, you know, who play for Sunday League or whatever. You see them like they're all over social media as well. It's like they want to imitate, they want to also
They're faking
follow.
it before they made it.
Exactly. It's like this trend of like a lot of kids not like, I'm not saying they're not focusing on it, but not to sound like an old man, like any young man listening to this, yeah, do not get distracted, yeah. Remember, all of that is gonna come down the line, but first and foremost, forget the clout, you get me? Forget your following on social media, yeah? Focus on the football and everything else will come. Because the reason why I keep on mentioning this, because I feel like a lot of youngsters, they're getting distracted.
Yeah.
Rather than putting more into football. This is another reason why maybe we're not getting as many quality players as we're getting these days, if you think about it. Obviously, speaking about just England, I'm thinking maybe this is why we're not getting as many, you know, wonder kids coming through. We're not getting as many quality players just coming through in general. Obviously, the English team, England, we've got a lot of quality players, but just in general. Even the next thing I want to go to, and, you know, I hope to make a documentary about this one day. The football academies, yeah? Dread, think about the football academies, yeah? Like, remember before, yeah, obviously, yeah, you still got some clubs who, you know, they're producing kids, but I feel like the rate of how many kids that are coming through in a lot of these big teams. My question is, like, even one day when I make this documentary, my question is like a lot of these academies now across the country, yeah, what are they really doing if they're not? Because I feel like they're not producing enough.
Yeah.
Not enough footballers are coming through a lot of these qualities and actually really making it, you know, into the first team. And obviously, I know some people are gonna say maybe a lot of these players are not good enough. Maybe, you know, the first team managers are not choosing them. You know, some first team managers would rather buy. You get what I'm trying to say? But I feel like, for me personally, I feel like compared to how things were back, you know, compared to how things was like a good few years ago, I feel like a lot of these academies have got a lot of questions to answer, man. Because I feel like a lot of these coaches, like, again, what is really happening in a lot of these academies? How come, you know, that academy like Southampton, like there's a lot of even these big academies like Manchester United. Let's face it, my team, like, over the last few years, how many kids have broken through the Manchester United academy into the first team? Think about it. Like, who was the last person to really break through? Marcus Rashford. You get what I'm trying to say, though? But yeah, talking about football academies, like, you know, a lot of people invest money to develop all of these facilities, all of these football academies. But how come we're not getting enough talent coming through a lot of these football academies? You get me? I don't know if you realised it, but what are your thoughts on that?
I think the best way to run that up is you got football in Europe, and then
Yeah.
you got in America where they got Americans. For example, I'm gonna give you example. For example, like basketball or NFL. Yeah, you know, in order for you to come to the first team, you get drafted. Yeah. So that means everybody comes through the college system. But the problem, I think, between me and you, the problem with, like, you know, like football in Europe, it's all about money, transactional, right?
Yeah.
So the best teams like Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, they want to win. Remember, football is a winning business, right? Everybody wants to win. So I think due to the fact that everybody wants to win, you want to get the best players out there. It's harder for the players in the academy to come through. For example, in the team like Man City, where they could go splash 100 million on a kid like Grealish. Yeah. So to me personally, I think because the fact that, let's say there was, for example, like in the MLS right now, there's a rule. Yeah, you can only have, I think, 4 or 3 foreign players.
Yeah.
If the Premiership was to implement those rules, say there has to be at least like 7 academy players, then you see more Premiership players, young players in the academy coming like blemishing. But because there's no such a thing as to the rule, how many the amount of like foreign players can play for your team, I think that really messes up the academy. So what happens is the academies are still there. The little kids are still trying to come through. They're still trying to make it. But the only problem is, if a kid plays for Arsenal, yeah, you might get Saka that might come through, a Martinelli, a Rhys Nelson that might come through. What's the other? Emil Smith Rowe that might come through.
Yeah.
Marlo Stanfield, aka Eddie Nketiah, that might come through. So every now and then you get them people that come through. But the problem is, it's like, once those kids come through, if you don't perform, they're gonna turn around and sell you. So let's say the academy's got like 25 kids, chef. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just named the 5 kids that's gonna make it the first team. So where are the other 20 kids gonna go? You know what happens to them? They go to play, for like the championship teams. Some of them go on loan to other countries. So yeah, academy will give you opportunity to become a professional footballer. But when you come to this fast, like top class, they'll break your heart making a professional to your so-called dream class. So they'll get you where you want to go, become a professional footballer, but not to your dream destination, which is, I grew up in the Arsenal academy from the age of 15. I want to play for Arsenal. Before you know, Arsenal come to you, you know what, Shafiki, we appreciate you do, but you're not good for that, blah, blah. But listen, do you want to try your luck in Vitesse? I sent you to Amsterdam, in Holland. They did that to Rhys Nelson. They sent him the bike. Because you're so eager, you want to make it, but they just go the 2 years, get your muscle up, experience it, but then come back and make the team. You come back, they're bringing in the Jesus from Arsenal. You're thinking, what am I going to do? You come back, they're bringing in the Trossard from Brighton. So if you're Rhys Nelson, you're thinking, what have I got to do to get a game in this team? Yeah. So to me, I think that's what it is with football. I think, call it a problem, but call the fact that the transfer market, it makes it so hard for these so-called young players from the academy to make it through. Simply because there's no drafting system. If there was a drafting system where every year, at least 10 players from the academy, you have to go on the first team, we see a lot of talent. And on top of that, countries will win. England will win, knowing what. Look at the talent we've got now. When we look at the England team right now, the first 11, you got Bellingham here, you got Foden here, you got Saka here. If you bring these kids together, England have got enough talent to win the next tournament. But are they going to win it? No. Why? Because right now they're all dispersed. They're all over doing whatever they're doing. They only come together for a little time of international footballing. They have to pretend they're friends again, get on the pitch, play a team like Spain. All these boys, they might be rivaling the El Clasico. By the end of the day, these guys are all friends. But on social media, you see Saka going on holiday with Foden, come to the pitch, they can't co-op, they can't really work together. So to me, between me and you, we would love to see England win the major, innit? That's why I'm so glad when I saw the ladies do it. I was so happy when I watched the ladies do it, because to me that made me more happier than the men winning it, because the men are spoiled. They got all the money. They probably get the best facility than the women, and it's too spoiled. So how are you not winning when the ladies they probably got like less money to work with? They turn around and won the Euro. So to me, that made me so happy. And then one of my to-do list this year is to definitely go watch either England ladies play or Chelsea ladies play, because trust me, there's so many tickets, man. I love the female game, man.
And they're cheap as well.
They're cheap. These girls, they don't roll around the floor like these men. I'm telling you, every international tournament I watch with the ladies from, these ladies spend so less time on the ground. You see these grown men running in front. One time I played, they sneezed on him. I was running. He was rolling around the field just because the other player was on the yellow card went to get sent. The guy came like, and the guy just went around, started rolling. I see a woman get elbowed.
Hey.
She just turned around and said, "Nah, you didn't mean it." So to me, I love the game, Chef. But you know what? To go back, the talent is not the same as back 10 years ago. The Barcelona. Just look at this Barcelona team. Even Man United now, would you be afraid to go in the so-called new camp?
Nah, man.
The fear factor's gone now. It's the players that make the clubs fearful, not the managers. Yeah, the players come and go, but then the clubs will go up and down. So now I fear a team like Man City. But back in the day, Man United used to terrify me because of the players you had and the manager. It's a structure, starts from the top and it trickles all the way down to the bottom. So sorry for taking long.
Nah, man, you ain't taking long, man. Nah, you're good, man. I completely agree with you. And by the way, we've got breaking news, Breaking news coming from Barcelona. You know, Xavi, the manager, has announced that, he's, at the end of this season, he's stepping
him
down.
As well? He's clopping as well. He's clopping. So that's why, before I left the house, I saw Rans talking about Barcelona might be tapping at it. So it's not been fired, but he's saying I'm done. I thought he was going to bring them. I thought Xavi was meant to be the man to drag them and bring them back to greatness. He's won La Liga last year, but this year, they're out of the Copa del Rey.
They don't have a Messi anymore.
I don't think they're going to win the Champions League. La Liga, even unless Madrid gives it back to them, but the way it seems, it's Madrid. You know when they say it's yours to lose? Right now, the La Liga race is Madrid's to lose. If they want to lose it, then Barca can win it. But bro, after losing yesterday 5-3 to Seville, Barcelona conceding 5 goals at home.
They lost yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday to Villarreal. I think it was Monday or something, but 5-3 at home.
Jesus.
Gundogan's not the same. He's scoring,
Yeah.
but it's what we call
The food doesn't taste the same,
we call
man.
it empty calories. It's scoring, but it's a popcorn. You eat, by the end of the game, it goes home, honey, I'm hungry. Now.
Yeah.
Don't make, you can score a hat-trick, but if you're losing 5-3, you don't make no money.
Yeah.
Hey, your boy is in Villarreal. I saw him yesterday. Eric Bailly. Remember Mourinho went to make the next Gallas. What? I saw him in Villarreal.
He went back. You know we're going from Villarreal years ago. I saw we got him from there years ago.
Oh God, I didn't even know. So that's what Mourinho found him.
I think that's what Mourinho found him, yeah.
I see some dark-skinned brother with some white band. I see Bailly. He scored the own goal.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
It was a corner, but trying to say it was an own goal. They tried to put it on him.
Boy.
But fam,
we
I
got
love football, man.
what we got basically, like, even now, you know, big up to Xavi Alonso, you know, at Bayern Leverkusen, yeah, the German team. Basically, like, obviously, I'm sure you've heard, like, till this day, till now, he's the only team, you know, in all of the European, like, big leagues to still be undefeated, basically.
Oh wow.
Like, you know, he basically, Xavi Alonso, he's doing a madness in Germany, yeah. So basically, obviously, now Klopp stepped down, Xavi stepped down from Barcelona. You know, they're not gonna be there. Both of them are not gonna be there next season. Already, a lot of people are saying that Xavi Alonso should be Liverpool's next manager. What are your thoughts on it?
To me, if he's doing a good job in Germany, is this his first season?
Keep in mind, it's his first ever season to manage a big team before. Remember, we've seen a lot of managers do that before. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
To me, if he comes to Arsenal, if he comes to Liverpool or goes to Barcelona and they don't repeat history, they're gonna turn around and call him a flop. So me personally, I'll say continue doing your thing in Germany, man. Get a bit more experience, and then as time goes by, then maybe you could come to Liverpool. Because me, you know when in NFL again. Sorry, I keep talking about the American sports. Yeah. The greatest player of all time called Tom Brady. He retired, yeah. But when he retired, they had to replace him, innit? It's like trying to replace that Ronaldo left. Who did they try to replace him with? So to me,
Garnacho.
I would say the best thing to do for Alonso, stay in Bayer Leverkusen, yeah. Let another guy come. See if he can try to do what Klopp did. If he messes up, then you can come in. So don't go after the man. Go after the man that goes after the man. So I'm trying to make. So don't go after Klopp, because Klopp is a winner. Another manager's you're gonna be under pressure trying to replicate the same success in it. So let that guy come, let him flop, and then let them come to you like, oh my God, we need your help. Because whoever comes in after Klopp, they're gonna expect you to deliver. If you go to Barcelona, they're gonna expect you to deliver, thinking, hey, our boy never delivered. But you're coming in. Remember, Xavi is a royalty, right? To Barcelona. If you're coming in for a royalty, you have to perform. So me, I don't want to go after the man.
No, but I think
I want to go after the man that go after the man.
Yeah. So sorry to even cut you, yeah. But I think, remember, Xavi played for Madrid, so I feel like that connection between him. I think people are talking about. I'm starting to hear. I might be wrong, but I'm starting to hear like some whispers talking about Arteta might take that job.
That's what I'm saying. I saw it today.
Yeah. So
it makes sense.
But yeah, let's stay on. Let's do one at a time. Yeah. So, what are your last thoughts on Xavi maybe going to Liverpool next season, taking over?
As in Xavi Alonso.
Yeah.
Okay.
Xavi Alonso.
Like I
said,
if he wants to go, it's something. But me personally, I'll stay in by Leverkusen, get a bit more experience. And like I said, you go to Liverpool, they're gonna think, oh wow, your team in Bayer Leverkusen was so good, so we expect to do the same thing to Liverpool. On top of that, you got the pressure of replacing the man, which is Klopp. So I'm telling Alonso, don't be the guy that goes after the man. Wait. Let somebody else come in. Let's say somebody like De Zerbi or whatever. Let's see how he does. Whether he wins or not, it's not going to come repeat the same success that Klopp did, right? And then you come in later on, because the Liverpool job is not going anywhere.
Nah, man.
But his football career, look at Solskjaer now. Is he hired? Because a lot of time these young managers, man, it's like you mess up your own future by, like try rush ahead of the game. Oh, you want this job, I could take it. Before you know it, you're messing up yourself. So take your time, but again, I'm not his agent. Maybe he wanted to go there for 1 year and come take a big job because he might not be available, God knows how long. But one thing I know nowadays, back in the days, a manager could take a job for like 10 years now, right? But now, nothing like that is guaranteed. You could be in the club for 1 year, boom, you're gone. Because players run the club nowadays. I don't know whether some players in Barcelona are listening to Xavi anymore. I don't know, but when you say maybe he's lost the changing room, the dressing room. So if he's lost the dressing room, then it's time for him to go, man. Just bring in some new energy. Maybe the words are falling on so-called deaf ears now. Yeah. But that's my take. Sorry again on Alonso. I don't mind him coming to Liverpool after Klopp. But me personally, I'll wait. Somebody else come after Klopp. See how he does, and then you can come later, like in 2028 or 2020 year or something or anything like that. That's my take anyway.
I agree as well, because sometimes sometimes I think it's very, very important for you to do your, what did I call it, your apprenticeship, your scholarship, to take all of those steps. Look at people like Steven Gerrard, people like Wayne Rooney, fucking hell, people like Gary Neville, Frank Lampard. Like, I'm gonna be brutally honest here. Like, there was a period as a black person, I'm gonna say this coming from a point of view of a black man, yeah, where we don't, till this day, we don't have a lot of black managers in the Premier League, right? We don't have a lot of managers, even coaches like basically coaching in the biggest teams. So like I went through like a stage of, the first stage that I went through was being frustrated, saying how come some of these retired, black footballers, how come they're not getting jobs? How come they're basically not being offered jobs? But then now, where I am is, now I understand it. It's like players like Wayne Rooney, Steven Gerrard, and them guys, like where I am now, it's like I think to myself, well, these guys are not to blame. Like, it's like Wayne Rooney is not the one to blame that he got offered the job. Steven Gerrard is not the one to blame that he got offered a big job. Frank Lampard, like, wasn't the one to blame, like, that he got offered the job back at Chelsea, back at all of these football clubs. Even though I do agree, even though these guys, managing, I think they got these jobs, some of these big jobs, these guys got given these jobs way too early. They needed more experience, you get what I'm trying to say? But on the other hand, once again, the owners are choosing these guys. These people, CEOs, directors of footballs, these are the people that are choosing, these managers. These are the people that are going through all of these managers' CVs and basically saying, nah, you know what? Let me give this guy an opportunity. So, like, should we look more in terms, obviously, these owners, we can't tell owners what to do. So, like, in terms of, like, how should people look at it in terms of, like, some of these, like, managers retiring but getting offered, like, big jobs way too soon? Maybe the question is not, like, who should we blame, but what do you think about it in general?
This might get my channel cancelled, but I'm gonna say the truth is that for a long time I sat back. Remember, the problem we've got in the Premiership when it comes to coaches, again, it's the same thing when it comes to the so-called the NFL, the American football. Yeah. To me, it's almost like, Chef, when it comes to sports, one thing I've realized when it comes to sort of us black people, yes, they'll trust us to do a job on the field. Yeah, but I don't think they think we were smart enough to do a job off the field. So my point is trying to when it comes to sports, black people, we're good enough, ability-wise, to compete on the field, but we're not good enough in the boardroom. I think to me that's my only conclusion. Meaning you let black players play for your team, but you won't let a black man coach your team because you think he's not smart enough. Basically, to me that's all it comes down to it. Yeah, physical wise, we can compete with them. To me anyway, but when it comes to mental, I think they think they're way more smart. So an old man in suit, he'd rather give his job to Wayne Rooney than give a job to company. That's what I think anyway. I think it all comes down to, it's all about stereotyping, Chef, man. That's all it is to it. Stereotyping.
Yeah,
yes.
you hit the note.
Physically, we're good enough. An owner will give his manager 100 million to spend on a black player. 100 million. Yeah. But it will be the same owner that'll turn around and not want to pay a black manager 5 million. So what does that tell you? Yes, they don't mind. They don't mind using. I don't know what you say the word use, but they don't mind us playing for them. Sweat, blood. I'm sure you heard about blood, sweat, and tear for them. But when it comes to time for you to finally sit down, give you opportunity, we're just not good enough in the eyes. That's all it comes down, bro. In the NFL, there's only like 3-4 black managers, and every season at least 2 of them will get fired. So I've seen it, but not 85% of the league is black players, Chef. So we're smart enough on the pitch to do what's needed to win. But we're not smart enough off the pitch to manage. To me, that's all it comes down to. And I would debate this with Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Carragher, anybody want to debate me this. To me, that's that's my conclusion. I've sat on this for so many years, Chef. We watch football.
We watch it.
Yeah?
We see it.
They respect us on the field. They think we're good enough to play with them, but they don't respect our brain. They don't think we're smart enough to take over the club. To me, that's all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to.
And do you think, obviously over the years, some black managers, they've got given opportunities. Some of them like Patrick Vieira, Paul Ince, a couple of black managers have been given the opportunity. Do you think, because I'm sure some people are going to be watching this conversation, some people are going to say, well, some black managers got given the opportunity, but they didn't do themselves any service. They didn't really deliver. You got to say. What are your thoughts on that? You go what I mean?
So what about the white managers that got up to that got given up to? What have they done for themselves? Well, who was the last English manager that won the league? They keep going to they keep going these foreign countries and bringing in Pep. Look what was doing at Man City. Look at Klopp. Where's Pep from Spain? Where's Pep from Spain? Where's Klopp from Germany? These English managers, the last English manager that won something, I don't know if he could call Ferguson English or he was Scottish.
He's Scottish.
That's the last great English manager. These English managers are not good. They get foreign players and they make them look good, but they're not good. So to me, like I said, Chef, like even just talking about it now, it gets me wound up. I would love to debate anybody that will turn around and try and think, no, Ahmed, you're lying. They respect us on the pitch, enough the furious. No, bro. A rich billionaire owner, he's more comfortable, Chef, going out to dinner with somebody, his color than somebody like to me anyway. I see things from a distance. There's so much nuances that goes into this whole football thing, man. To me, that's the whole thing anyway. That's what I think. So when you're trying around and tell me, oh yeah, they gave somebody that poor inside job, I never did himself favors. What about Lampard? What favor did he give himself? Rooney, what has he done for himself? 1 minute in America, 1 minute in the Championship. Oh, he's retired now. I won't be surprised if he goes to Canada next. But that's my take anyway. They keep getting option after option, but they keep failing. It's not their fault. Like I said, Chef, it's their clubs and it's up to them whatever they want to do with it. Who are we to tell them what to do? You get it? So I'm not going to waste a lot of energy, but we just see it, it's reality, man. We was born at night. It wasn't born last night. So yes, an owner will spend 100 million on a black player because he knows that black player is going to make him millions. But then turn around and give him the keys to his house, he's not going to do that. He doesn't trust him. He might crash the car, So that's what I think. They'll let you wash the car, but they won't let you drive the car. Make the car look nice. Make the car make you money. When it's time to drive the car, oh, no. I'll let the white chauffeur drive me around town. You can open the gate for me. Hola.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Bro, before we end, because, we said we're just back with a bang. We're going to have this, hopefully we can even do it maybe every Sunday.
Bro,
catch up, talk about football every Sunday. We said we're going to do it before anyway. Hopefully now, with the new setup, we can do it. Well, I want to talk about quickly before we go, for those who don't know, like, obviously, your channel, what's going on with your channel, and be brutally honest what you think of YouTube, your basically your YouTube journey so far, because some people might watch this and be wondering, like, obviously you're not on Instagram yet, but you've got your YouTube channel. Like, what's going on with that, man? Like, where are you with that? What plans have you got for your channel in terms of developing it this year? Like, be brutally honest, man. Where are you? First of all, what's the name of your channel?
First of all, the name of the channel is called Ahmed Kayuki TV. If you're watching this, I'll appreciate if you check it out. But
and what's going on with your channel?
I'm not gonna lie to you. For the past few months, I went through, I don't know what musicians you call it, writer's block. From the beginning, I had so much ideas. I produced, but then eventually, around November I think when I hurt my leg in April, because I wasn't able to go out to be mobile. Even when I started walking again, I just couldn't get back out to myself. So yes, for the past few months, I went through what's called containers, like writer's block. We call it in the music in the music world. So I'm getting back on my channel this year. My aim is to drop at least 50 videos a year. At least even 52 videos a year will be good. Like minimum of 1 week every year, but one video every week. But simultaneously, it's hard to balance work life, family life, and YouTube life. That's why you see sometimes in life to be successful, you have to be selfish. You heard about that saying, right? To be great, you have to be selfish, meaning to leave your family night, to leave them at home, like endless nights on road. Musician, to perform, athletes perform, you have to be selfish. But with me, I try to balance my family life, my work life, and my YouTube life. So at the moment, it's hard to balance, but slowly but surely I try. So I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of went down. I didn't really upload for so long because I never uploaded for a long time. My channel kind of went down, but all I had to do is just get back on the horse, continue uploading. Hopefully, we'll be up and running again. It's been 3 years. I'm still not monetized yet, and it don't get to me because I do it for the love. I don't do it for the money. I love what I do because I don't know. I feel like it puts a smile on my face if I even get like 5 comments. So to get like 50 comments, you think, who am I to be getting 50 comments? And that's why I reply to every single person that takes the time of their life to watch my video, because you didn't have to. But the fact that you clicked on my channel, I'm gonna watch your video. I'm gonna read your comment and then leave your good positive feedback and come on your channel and probably watch a video on your channel as well. And if I like it, I'll subscribe. I call it pay it forward. For example, like if you see like a homeless man and you give him £1, you might turn around and find like £20 on the floor another day. That's what life is all about, brother. Pay it forward. We should start a YouTube channel called Pay It Forward.
Yeah, bro. Moving like in 2024, yeah. Like what kind of things, like what type of content on your channel should people be looking forward to?
I want to talk about things, but I'm afraid my channel will get blocked. You know, like war. So like racism that's going on. But the one thing that hurts me most is black on black violence. I wanted to discuss with you, yeah. Hopefully, maybe next time we sit down, we need to talk about these young the teenage kids, man.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know if you heard even when Spray was talking about, but there was a video that went viral where a black boy's in a chicken shop with his girl.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He's waiting to his food, and then all of a sudden, these two boys come out nowhere. If he never had that knife, that boy's family would probably be burying that kid. So we can have this conversation, yeah? Is it good to carry or not to carry? Do you get it?
Yeah.
Would you rather get caught with it or without it? I don't want this to go into your next interview, but please let's make
no, bro. This is exactly what we do here, bro. I always tell you, feel free to.
There's so much conversation that I feel like we should be having, but not a lot of people are having this discussion because people are afraid to say, oh no, if you're carrying a knife, you get arrested. But if you never had that knife, chef,
you'll be dead.
So then it comes out. Would you rather get judged by 12 or carried by 6? I'm sure you hear about a lot of rappers talk about it. Meaning, would you rather go prison or go into the grave? So getting judged by 6, getting judged by 12, the jury. Yeah. Find guilt, take you out by 6. You know when people carry your coffin. So we can talk about this the next episode.
Yeah, the next episode.
We call it UK knife pandemic.
Yeah.
And what could be done.
Yeah.
It would be so nice if we can even go do, like in Westminster Abbey one day, inshallah, in the future. Once you get like a microphone, we see outside the parliament in the park and see the Big Ben in the background. You sure?
Bro, this shit picks up.
Bro, let's set it up one day, man, because I know how to get there.
Bro,
we need to go there and we have like a poster.
Yeah.
What can we do? Because
bro, we'll do it, man. But yeah, anyway, let's get back to this conversation, yeah. But we'll plan the other conversation definitely off camera, yeah. Like just a few more questions, yeah. In regards to like your team Chelsea.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Chelsea, the way you guys are performing
this
season?
We're in the final, man. I'm even trying to get a ticket to go watch that Carabao Cup, whatever you call it. But what's the point of spending £30 to go to Wembley, £20 to get there, £50 to buy food in Wembley, or just to catch an L by Liverpool? Being surrounded by miles, I'll be like, you alright, mate? You alright, lad?
Yeah.
So no. So no. I love my team.
Yeah.
We'll continue pushing, but hey, the thing about football, nobody wins all the time. So
who's in the final? You guys are playing Liverpool.
Yeah. I don't even know why we're gonna turn up. We might as well fake an injury.
Nah, man. You know, I've got. Come on, look at you guys' record in thing. Look at you guys' record at Wembley. I know, obviously, these are not the days where Drogba and man. I know times have changed.
These players are mediocre, man. I don't recognize my club anymore. These just are mediocre, man. Football's so weird now to watch these players. I'm thinking, bro, come on, man. 100 million and this guy can't hit the net. So to me, I'm happy for my team, but my number one love in sports is the Kansas City Chiefs. We've got a big game tonight. It's a UEFA Champions League semi-final in America. We win, we're into the Super Bowl. Imagine like winning the semi-final Champions League. In America, there's not 2 legs, 3 games, one and done. One game. You go to the playoff, you play one game, you win, you lose. But the team we're playing, it's a playing. I can't even describe it. They called the Baltimore Ravens, and they were the best team in the NFL. I think we're gonna lose tonight, but only God knows, man. We're not. It's a gun to the Bernabeu, chef, to play Madrid at their best. So
at their best. Yeah,
fingers crossed. We win. We get it through. So at the moment, Chelsea.
Yeah. I
love Chelsea, but my number one, my favorite team right now, is Kansas City Chiefs, and after that, obviously basketball, the Golden State Warriors, man like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, the Splash Brothers. And in football, Chelsea, by the moment, Chelsea's breaking my heart. But I just go along for the thrill, man. I just go along with it. I go along with the flow, man.
Like at the moment, who's your best young football player at the moment?
Right now?
Yeah, right now. Who's your best? Yeah, like which young football player do you watch and say?
Oh, at the moment, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cold. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I like watching Vinicius play, man.
Talk to us, man.
Vinicius out in Bellingham. I don't know. When I watch Vinny play, it puts a smile on my face. We know he's never gonna fulfill Ronaldo's boots, but he's still making the club relevant. So to me, one be like, imagine to try to replace such a big name and they're still doing it. Because to me, winning is winning, chef.
Yeah.
Whether you win, like, whether you score 50 goals a season, 30 goals a season, you win La Liga. So to me, Vinicius is my favorite player at the moment, and obviously Bellingham come next to it. But other than that, I don't really check out a lot of other footballers. So yeah.
I hear you, man. Last one as well. What happened to Brazil, man, as a nation, in terms of like producing? Because Brazil, as a nation, I don't think something just died in the waters, man. I don't know if those kids, they're just not hungry enough. I don't know if those kids, like, they're living a little bit too comfortable in the favelas. I don't know what happened. I just don't see Brazil, the national team, yeah. I don't see Brazil producing as many, once again, producing the players that we used to watch, like us lot growing up. Yes, once again, you know, times have changed. But one thing I never thought Brazil would ever basically like go without is continue to produce, like amazing, world-class, skillful players. Like, what do you think is in the waters in Rio de Janeiro, man? What do you think is happening in the favelas,
You're right,
man?
I've realised
What's wrong with the
something.
football? Even the national team, you know?
Yeah.
When you see the Brazilian national team, even now Neymar's injured. Honestly, last time I saw Brazil, the national team, I couldn't... For a second, I thought this was like, is this like an exhibition? Is this...
Wow.
Like, I couldn't really recognize the national team at all. Like, from your point of view, like, from what you see or what you might have came across, like, what are your thoughts on the national team, man? Brazil!
Wow. There used to be a time whenever there was like the World Cup started, it wasn't a party until Brazil came on. Even just living in England, we supported England in the World Cup, but we knew it's not a party until Brazil started, because they had this, they call it the beautiful game, right? And they made the game beautiful. But I don't know what happened. But you're right, what you're saying, man. I realize not a lot of talent's coming through Brazil anymore. Not a lot of talent.
Imagine, there was a time where you can easily name a good 11 to 10 quality players each position, Bro, let's have a little, let me just test you quickly, like on a quick one, Name me a good 7 Brazilian, like, national team players. A good 7.
If I name them, it's probably because they play in the Premiership. Only because we see them week in, week out.
Let's say...
So I'll say Martinelli.
Let's say the ones that you rate deep down. Forget the ones that play in the Premiership. Say, like, name me, like, a good 7 Brazilian players that you... Deep down, you see how you said Vinicius? That you actually proper say, these guys are ballers. A good 7.
Bro, I can't tell you 7. I can only say
ones
2.
That you rate.
Rodrigo and Vinicius, and they both play for Madrid. The 2 boys I rate. Like I said, you're right. It used to be a time where...
Bruv, there was too many.
Yes, but something happened along the way. They don't produce it anymore. I don't know if the system in the academy has gone down or something, but we used to look forward for a star. It was like wake up in the morning, see like a big bright shining star. Every year they gave us from Ronaldinho, Kaká.
Think about it, Before, when, like you said, all of these guys used to come through, Ronaldinho, Kaká, bro. All of these guys used to come through, and when they used to come through, you used to look at them and say, "This is the truth."
Yeah.
Like, I see the noise,
There's levels.
This shoot Hendrix. Some you call Hendrix, who, but obviously, Real Madrid signed him, innit? He's from, I think, Sao Paulo, whatever.
Wow.
He's basically, people are saying he's the next up, innit? But again, obviously he's still young. We see how he's gonna develop as well. But over the last few years, once again, like, a lot of these Brazilian players have came through and people are saying he's the next one. He's the next one.
Then they never
I've looked at them and I'm like, I'm not really sure.
He's not.
You get me?
Like Anthony. The whole Anthony, like...
You wanna get me? Bro.
Nah, bro.
We've even been here for a good 20 minutes, man.
The Bray plays nothing like a Brazilian, man. Come on, man. Keep it real. I don't make me channel to my rants mode, but...
Come on, man.
The Bray plays nothing like a
all
Brazilian,
of us have got
man.
eyes. It's not even about seeing what another person is seeing. Bro, all of us have got eyes. That's
Something's missing,
You get me? Sorry to even cut you. That's why even... Sorry to even cut you. That's why even people say this GA, all of these stats. That's why, for me, till this day, I refuse to go by GA, all of these stats. For me, I'm not, bro, like people know, I don't watch football every day, whatever. I look into football whenever I can. But when I watch highlights or when I watch games, what my eyes see, I don't care what other stats are saying. My eyes can see a lot of these players are not good enough. I don't care about their fucking stats.
Mediocre, basically. That's all it is. Mediocre. They made it. They get on the pitch, and something's missing, man. Something's missing, and that's us. We're not being entertained anymore, man. The game is not longer what it used to be anymore. When you try, I don't know. Back in the days, it used to hurt me when I missed games, but now I don't mind to watch games anymore. I rather watch like a 3-minute highlight on YouTube They'll stay up and watch Match of the Day, trying to see what Alan Shearer gonna say about my team. We live through it so many years now. I just want to get ahead and watch the game and then just move on. Like I said, it's cool to be the player, chef, but it sucks to be the fan. So going back to your Brazilian question, they're not producing them anymore, simply because I think that more players are coming from other places around the world as well.
Yeah.
So because more, for example, like Haaland will come out somewhere, something like that. So that plays a major part into it as well. And maybe even with like they need to get like provisional to work in Europe. But you're right, something's missing.
Yeah, bro, I get what you mean. But even putting that aside, bro, back in the days, I need to stop saying back in the day that with some old guys. But yeah, like a good 15 years to a good 16 years ago when we used to proper watch football, bro, even a lot of these countries used to produce. Spain used to produce quality. Italy used to produce quality. A lot of these teams, England used to produce quality players, but Brazil was still producing players along the way as well. So we can even talk about Spain. You know, this can be for another conversation, because a lot of these national teams as well, Germany, a lot of these national teams, they just
when you see them qualifying, like in the qualifying Europe, they lose to dumb games like Luxembourg. but then some of them teams, somehow they'll F around during qualification, but when they come in the tournament, they turn up. England is the opposite. They get you gassed up by banging like Sweden 6-0 in the qualifying, build the whole nation's hopes up, innit? They'll come up against France, France, and then Mbappe make them look mediocre. And Mbappe's not even that good, so I don't know, chef, man. So you're right, man. Something the talent has been diluted. I don't know what happened, but you're right. Maybe money's got something to do with it. Social media's got something to do with it. Some of these kids that get clout while they're in the academy. By the time they come to the first team, in their mind, they've already made it. So maybe that has a major part to do with it. But I wish the game can be the same like it used to be back in the days. But when you look at Brazil, they were the leading.
Bro, I even feel like cry. Bro, I even feel emotional mentioning Holland. Brother, remember, even, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, I was with my friends and I was playing FIFA. I used Holland, bro. I played FIFA 2015. Bro.
PS4, PS2.
No, I think it was PS4. I think it was PS3. But, PS4. But playing, you know that all choosing players and I'm like, once upon a time.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You go to the Brazilian teams.
Nostalgia feeling you had. Like going, but I remember,
That is absolutely crazy, man. But bro, you know what? Let's leave the people here now. We've gave the people a taster of what's to come this year. You know, we're definitely gonna be more consistent with these conversations on a weekly basis. You know, our football conversations. But yeah, bro, man. Like before we go, I want to start this new thing, where everybody that I speak to, you know, before we go, I just want to ask them, like, it could be anything. It could be anything, like what advice would you have for anyone who is basically looking to get into something new, to try something new this year? You get me? So you know, it could be anything, like anyone who's saying, you know, like it's still at the beginning of the year, a lot of people are saying, I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna start that, I'm gonna get into this. So yeah, like what advice would you have for anyone who wants to get into something like a new hobby?
Don't let anybody hold you back in your dreams and aspiration, man. If you go dream, go after it. Because at the end of the day, only you can make that dream come to fruition. If somebody else tells you can't do it, they'll only say that to you simply because they can't do it. So never let anybody get in your way. If you got something to follow this year in 2024, follow it. And on top of that, don't wait till next month. But the truth is, guys, tomorrow's not promised to anybody. You know, recently, I experienced like family members around me, they're losing people close to them around. One thing I realized is like, you know, when we're living, you're thinking we're so far away from the grave, but simultaneously, it's almost like death is, you know, I've heard in the past when people say death's around the corner. It's like lately one thing I've realized, death is around the corner. None of us are guaranteed.
2 days ago.
None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. So don't wait, guys. That's all I'm going. I'm putting my hands together. I'm hoping if you're watching this, please don't wait till next month. If you want to do something, just do it. Right now, I'm looking at such a beautiful investment my little brother made. He spent £600 on the iPhone. I'm sure once you see the interview, you see the quality. Just being right now, I can tell, just looking at him, you're excited, innit? If you can't wait to take your new toy for a spin, innit?
Yeah.
Like a new when you just you
can see
when
man.
you just first purchase the fast car, you can't wait to take it for a spin.
Yeah.
Just spending 600, people might look at you like, it's a waste, but in the long run, that's what you call a long-term investment. So I'm so happy for you. You spoke about it in the past, but you did it. You got the green screen. Hopefully, we're gonna put in the thing, set everything up. I wanted to sound a bit articulate. I didn't really want to talk you slang this episode. We're talking about football, so hopefully
people.
Again, I'm sorry if I'm stuttering. Sometimes I make speech, I make mistakes when I'm talking simply because I'm not meant to be the guy in front of the camera. It's actually meant to be him. My channel, I'm the guy behind the camera. I'm more like the Steven Spielberg, Spike Lee. I like directing. I hate my face. I hate my voice. Short, dark, and ugly. I'm the man behind the camera. I'm never usually the one in front of the camera. The only time you see me in front of the camera probably when I'm making my low 2 minutes intro on my YouTube channel or if I'm sitting down with my brother. But other than that, if you're watching this, you're thinking like, what's wrong with my man, the way he's speaking, man, patting up, man. I'm not like Rams and them. Like, I'm not used to this. You know, I'm not a podcaster.
You're gonna be, man.
I'm not a podcaster. It's just not in my DNA to sit down in front of cameras and talk. I'd rather be the man behind the cameras and adjust everything up. So I apologize if I made a mistake when I was talking. Sometimes when the limelight hits me, I do make a mistake. So, but like I said, my final word: God bless every single one of you. I wish every single one of you nothing but health and happiness. And if you have a dream, invest in your dream now and never let anybody tell you can't do it. They only say you can't do that simply because they had a dream once upon a time and they never made that dream come to fruition. So because they never made that dream come to fruition, they feel sad. And you know when they say misery loves company, they want to make you tell you the same way so they can't be okay. At least if I never made it, he never made it. They feel good about
limitations.
Themselves. Yeah,
other people love to put their own, their own limitations onto you. You get me? But at the end of the day, all of us have got, like I always say, like our brains is like a computer. All of us have got our own brains.
Yeah.
You know, what's running through my head, it's not running through your head. You get what I'm trying to say? The pictures, all of these plans that I've got in my head, are not the same plans in your head. So all of us have just, that's why even my new name is Shafiq Magic, man. Like making things happen, making, like basically transitioning all of the things that I've got in my head into reality. It's like another way of magic. So from today, people address me by Shafiq Magic. You get me? And even before we go as well, I just want to say, like, I just want to send out some prayers for Sven Grant Eriksson. Obviously, the sad news that you heard, innit? Like, he's got terminal cancer, innit?
Is he sick? Is he in hospital? Or is he still walking around?
No, I don't know what's going on, but they say he's got literally, like, he said that the doctors have said he's got a year at best to live, innit? Because like terminal cancer, innit? How aggressive it is. But obviously, in this world, in this life, we've seen a lot of miracles, right? So, I just want to send out our prayers are with Sven and his family. And we pray for a miracle, man. Because honestly, like, he was like, besides him being England's manager, like he's responsible for some of my best ever moments, like watching England play. You get what I'm trying to say? Because like those moments that he brought through, but even putting football aside, as a man, as just a character, you get what I'm trying to say? Not even as a character, as a human being. He was a good guy, man.
It's almost like
he's a good guy. And
it's almost like we was frustrated with him because he was so nice. Exactly. And the only time we're thinking like when we're losing one, we're like, make a change, make this, make that. But he gave Ashley Cole opportunities, so Campbell, Emil Heskey, Darius Vassell. Remember, we can go. So
many different people.
I think because Ericsson, the manager, the best game we ever watched, England versus Germany, the 5-1 game.
Oh my God.
Even as soon as
we're on the ball.
Yes.
My favorite ever moments in watching the England
national team. I didn't even know,
man.
my prayers go out to his family, man.
Terminal cancer. He's got 1 year at most. But like I said, for the last time, we pray for a miracle, and our prayers are with Sven, and all of you guys, it's really really it's really good to be back. More conversations coming on a weekly basis, and guys, Shafiq Magic, Reality Team TV, Red Chair, Ahmed Kayuki TV, over and out, man. I love you all.